let's talk about the second part of this chapter, which is about density curves and normal distributions. So to start out, a density curve is something that describes the overall pattern of a distribution. So when we have our data and we see how it's distributed, this density curve is going to describe what that pattern is of that data that's distributed. A curve, it's a curve that is always above the horizontal axis, so we're never going to be down in the negative y's, and its area is going to have exactly 1 underneath it. So we have two curves here that we used as an example, or that I used as an example, and this one, you can see it doesn't cover all the area under here, like right in here is not filled in. So, but if you adjust your curve a little tiny bit, it's going to cover more of that area. So it's just going to be covering the total area instead of just a partial area. Okay. Now, when we have our curve, we have several things that we need to think about. We want to think about where the mean and the median is located on that curve. The mean in a density curve, the mean is the balance point. So it's the balance point of a distribution. And by that I mean that if the curve was made of solid material, it would balance on that mean, where the value of the mean lies. Okay? So when a mean is symmetric, when the mean and median are, when a curve is symmetric, the mean and the median are at the center when a curve is symmetric. Okay, we're talking about a curve. All right, when a curve is skewed right, remember skewed right means it's going to look like this here. Okay, the mean is to the right of the median. And you can see here, this is skewed right. Here's the mean, and this would be the median. Okay? If it's skewed left, the mean is to the left. So this is skewed left. Remember, skewed left means it's going to drop down towards the right. Okay, so this is your mean. And then, of course, this third one is symmetric because the mean and the median, okay, so again, this is the mean and this is the median. Again, all that I mean by this one, by being skewed left, is that the mean is to the left of the median. Okay, so this one, the mean and the median are the same. So this is a symmetric curve. Okay, now we have something in statistics which is called a uniform distribution. A uniform distribution is the same thing. We're going to call it a normal. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get that. There we go. It's called a normal curve. Or a normal distribution. Okay, they have the same overall shape if it's uniform. They're going to be symmetric, single peaked, and bell-shaped. We're going to use the mean, and we're going to use the standard deviation. And a uniform distribution example is going to look like this. okay, where this is going to be your mean, which is in the center. And then we're going to talk about the positive and negative standard deviations and how far away from the mean they are. Okay, so that's how this is going to work. That's what we're going to do for this unit. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about before we go any further is we want to make sure we understand parameters and statistics. Parameters are numbers that summarize data for an entire population. You can remember parameter, population, P and P. And statistics are numbers that summarize data from a sample or for a sample. Again, sample statistics. Okay, so you remember that S and S. And so that's a few things about density curves to start out. And so what I would like to do is we're going to pause this video here and we're going to come back with another video just because I don't want to make them too long, and we're going to talk about the definition and properties of something called a normal distribution. So that's it for this one. Stay tuned for the next.